One thing I promised myself as we move into 2025 is that I want to start getting in front of um, my products. I want to start getting in front of my business. So, one product I rarely talk about is the natural sponge. Now, most of you all always know about the African net sponge, and it's long and it exfoliates and it lathers well, especially with that black soap. If you dampen and use that black soap, you're gonna have a good experience. But I want to talk to you about the natural sponge. So this is a natural sponge, and it's pretty much made up of shredded coconut husk. Sometimes people use something different, and some people even use the loafer. But I want to talk about this one because this is used by the God community. And what's important about this sponge is not only that it's natural, meaning that you're not gonna over scratch or damage your skin, that in fact it exfoliates. You can do the same method of bathing that you normally would do, but that it actually is really, really useful for something called dry brushing. So for us women who are really, really busty, we spend a lot of time in that bra. And if you're wearing that underwire bra, you run the potential of having blockage, right? Lymphatic blockage, getting cysts in your breast. And that's something at this point, um, I've been like the last few years, struggling with it. And I want to say mildly struggling because I'm dealing with it. But what happens when you're having any sort of lymphatic blockage is that you need to get that flow going. And one of the ways to do it is by using that natural sponge. You can use any sponge, but I feel like if I'm going to be rubbing something on my body, shouldn't it be natural? So you just take it and you can rub it on your arms. You can rub it in the armpit area, on your breast. It's not going to hurt your skin. In fact, the fibers are natural, and leave your skin in the greatest care. So, yeah, this is inexpensive. It's on Wonderland's Naturals. You use it. I think you can get maybe a week or two's use out of it, and I'm pushing it when I say two, depending on what you using it for. And then you need to throw it away. You need to throw it away and get another one. But they are sold in this country plentiful at the market. And again, I use it heavily for dry brushing, where I just go and stimulate lymphatic flow, because if you have a cyst, that's blockage. That dis-ease is in your breast because you're not letting them flow. Part of what happens after you use your natural sponges, you just don't rush to hop in that bra. Let your breasts breathe, let them hang. We don't like gravity effect, but when you start feeling other things grow up in that breast, gravity becomes less of an issue, right? Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is, this was a year that I talked about the castor plant. We carry the castor seed, but I also want to talk to you about castor oil and adding poke root. So I got the poke root from here. Ignore the bottle. I am a huge recycler. I hate to waste glass, and glass is so hygienic. You can wash it with some hot water, a cap full of bleach, and you good to go. It's just hygienic. So I recycle these apple juice jars. In any case, this has my castor oil and poke root blend. So, castor is the oil that penetrates and is an oil that dissolves. So it's useful for dissolving fibroids. It's useful for dissolving cysts, and it aids in lymphatic care. And the same is true for poke root. It is the one herb that's constantly referenced as something that helps with blockage. So if you're interested in some natural sponge, you can always go to Wonderland's Naturals and order it. It's usually no more than like $5 or $6. And but the oil with poke root, that's me personalizing. I have to make that for you if you decide you're interested. But this is something that I do pretty regularly. I get up every day and I give myself a little bit of just that sort of stimulation to keep that flow going. And then also, try not to let a day go by that I don't use my oil and work the lymphatic system. That's up your upper shoulders, across the chest, coming out of that armpit into the breast, underneath the breast, just to try to let that breast breathe and get some health back in the area. So I hope this has been useful to you.